Boris Johnson is resigning and is accusing the Privileges Committee of being a kangaroo court. He says, I'm being forced out of Parliament. I'm going to read it. I'm being forced out of Parliament by a tiny handful of people with no evidence to back up their assertions and without the approval even of Conservative Party members, let alone the wider electorate. He said the Conservative Party had time to recover its mojo and its ambition and to win the next election. And he had been looking forward to providing enthusiastic support from the backbenches. Harriet Harman's committee has set out to make the objective completely untenable. The committee's report is riddled with inaccuracies, reeks of prejudice, but under their absurd and unjust process, I have no formal ability to challenge anything they say. In fact, he had an opportunity to respond to their document before it was published. He's had 2 weeks. He's going to have 2 weeks to respond. Instead, he's going to resign. He's stepping down as MP for Uxbridge and South Ruislip, and of course, there's no point in him contesting that seat because it's such a small majority anyway, and the opposition will stack. Will work heaven and earth to make sure that he wouldn't win in a by-election, and absolutely right. And there will be many other people, monster raving loony party and so on, standing against him should he stand. The move will trigger an immediate by-election. And he said it's very hard to be leaving Parliament, at least now. But above all, I'm bewildered and appalled that I can be forced out anti-democratically by a committee chaired and managed by Harriet Harman with such egregious bias. I think in this particular case, he's using the word egregious in a completely unnecessary way. The only person who's used egregious in a perfectly sound and brilliant way was Julie Andrews when she rejected the Tony Award all those years ago while she was playing in Victor Victoria at the Marquee Theatre in Broadway. And Boris is just overusing an overused word there. I think it is extraordinary. Angela Rayner has said that the British public are sick to the back teeth of this never-ending Tory soap opera played out at their expense. After 13 years of Conservative chaos, enough is enough. It's time to turn the page with a fresh start for Britain, with the Labour government focused on the people's priorities of tackling the cost of living crisis and building a better future. Actually, I think the Labour Party has a lot to learn too. It is not necessarily ready for government either. The whole of the House of Commons is riddled with chaos, and much of that may be down to Brexit, but it's been shaken to the core, and I think our society has reflected that with things like the Philip Schofield scandal and others, and we're seeing domino after domino topple. I think this is a very difficult time.